was just a little joke.
What a sick joke! You're still an asshole.
True, and I can't forgive him. But we still need to stay calm, be rational. Because we need to get to the truth of Kaito's death.
Yeah! Just keep calm and carry on!
Why are you saying that? What part of that was calm?
Getting back on topic, why don't we examine the crossbow a little more closely? I think we need to get all the facts straight, so we don't fall for any more lies.
Ich glaube, wir haben die richtige Entscheidung getroffen.
I agree, but what do you think, Maki?
Könnte ja auch sein, dass man... Es gab ja im ersten Teil ein gutes und ein gutes und ein schlechtes Ende. Möglicherweise sind wir gerade dem schlechten Ende ausgewichen. Oder wir steuern gerade volle Kanne darauf zu. Eins von beiden.
Fine.
Okay, let's discuss that then.
Why are you acting like you're in charge of things?
So if we assume that Kaito and I shot each other with the crossbow, then the most efficient way to solve this is to set up a timeline of events.
Hey, I said, why are you...
Alrighty then! Let the debate begin!
Arrows, electrobomb.
When the crossbow fired, what was even going on?
As if you need to ask, you were there! The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first.
Ja, das stimmt.
He probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too.
Müsste auch
Then
stimmen.
Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire.
Das könnte auch hinkommen.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one!
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow would...
That's wrong! Wait, Himiko. What do you mean, one arrow?
Well, I only gave Kaito one arrow, so...
What?
Are you positive?
Of course! There's no way I got that wrong.
Wo kommen dann die anderen Pfeile her?
Well then, that's strange, because... There were 3 arrows in the bathroom, remember?
3? I know I only gave him one!
Okay, Himiko. Kurze Frage. Weißt du, was nach der 2 kommt? Oder nach der 1? Nur so eine kleine Zwischenfrage hier.
Kaito even told me to only bring him one. He said he wanted to avoid fighting.
There were 3 arrows at the scene, but Himiko said that she only brought 1. What is going on here?
Maybe Kokichi had some hidden away?
Ja, natürlich. Ich lauf auch immer mit Armbrustbolzen durch die Gegend. Immer.
Why would Kokichi have 2 arrows when he didn't have a crossbow to fire them?
But we know for certain that 3 arrows were recovered from the scene. And all 3 arrows had blood on them.
And altogether, their clothes had 3 perforations in them. So we know for certain that they shot 3 arrows at each other.
Then where did those arrows come from? I don't think that Himiko is lying. There must be some angle to this we haven't considered yet. What is it? What could have happened? Think. I need to think. Okay. Ich habe absolut keine Ahnung, wo diese Pfeile herkommen könnten. Vielleicht hat Kaito schon vorher welche eingepackt. Das wäre eine Möglichkeit. Naja, ein, hat sie ja gesagt. Wo ist die Eins? Hier drüben? Ja, oder? Wo könnten diese ganzen Pfeile herkommen? Hat jemand anders... Ja, jemand anders könnte Nachschub besorgt haben. Were the arrows inside the hangar from the start? Sehr wahrscheinlich nicht, nein. Können sie auch gar nicht, weil Himiko den einen ja mitgebracht hat. Dann wer hat die zwei anderen Pfeile mitgebracht? Eigentlich Kaito. Kaito müsste die ja mitgebracht haben. Nicht richtig. Oder eine dritte Partei. Ja, das kann auch sein. Okay, ich weiß jetzt nicht, warum man da so drüber nachdenken muss. Das ist eigentlich ziemlich offensichtlich, was da passiert ist, aber... Ja, dass irgendjemand diese Pfeile mitgebracht haben muss, das wusste ich auch schon.
Could it be that the additional arrows were brought in by a third party?
Nein.
A third party? So someone besides Kokichi or Himiko?
That's just a guess, though. There's no way a third party exists.
If a third party did exist, why would they bring 2 arrows?
Kaito was the only one with a crossbow. I made sure I handed it to him.
Kaito said he only needed 1 arrow. Clearly, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other 2 arrows weren't for Kaito. They were for the third party to use themselves.
Ach, du meinst eine dritte Person hat durchs Fenster geschossen.
So the third party didn't hand the arrows through the window. Instead, they went into the hangar and shot the crossbow themselves?
Ah, okay, das könnte auch sein.
Impossible. There was an alarm system and an electric barrier around the hangar.
Yeah. That hangar should have been completely closed off, right?
It was completely closed off, but can we confirm that? I feel like there might be another way, some way we haven't figured out yet. I'm overlooking something. Think. What method did the third party use to enter the hangar? Sie können durch den Exercise da reingegangen sein. EX. Das könnte es sein. Probieren wir es mal. Ah, ja, okay, es wird die Exercise sein. EX. I. Jetzt kommt das S, oder? Exile. S. A und dann das L. Okay. A und L. Das war nicht so schwer.
That's it! The exisal! The exisal could be used to enter the hangar. We couldn't get in because of the alarm system and the electric barrier. But that shouldn't have been a problem for any of the exisals, right? So if you wanted to enter the hangar, all you had to do was pilot an exisal.
Und wir wissen ja, dass einer
I saw
aufgebrochen
an
wurde.
exisal enter the hangar last night. So was this third party piloting it?
By the way, I just want to confirm something with Monokuma. Would the alarm still go off if there was a person inside an exisal?
Well, I wasn't trying to keep this secret, but since it's about the details of the hangar, I guess I can tell you guys. It makes sense that the alarm system and electric barrier wouldn't react to an exisal. After all, the hangar is where the exisals are supposed to be stored. It'd be a hassle to disable the security every time an exisal comes and goes, you know? So even if someone is inside an exisal, the security system wouldn't catch them. Because it'd be a hassle to leave the exisal every time you have to put it away.
So it's like Shuichi said? A third party got in an exisal and entered the hangar? But can just anyone pilot an exisal?
Well, Kokichi,
It's surprisingly easy. If you use both hands, both feet, and both nipples, you can do it.
Warte, was? Wozu braucht man das letzte?
Nipples too?
Anyway, this third party commandeered an exisal and infiltrated the hangar. That same person must have brought the other two arrows with them.
Mir fehlt nur eine Person, die das hätte tun können, und das ist eindeutig Maki. Maki wollte von Anfang an nicht ihren Elektrohammer benutzen, weil sie lieber das Messer tragen wollte. Wir haben einen leeren Elektrohammer gefunden. Und sie hatte auch Zugang zu den Pfeilen.
I told you, that's impossible.
Ach ja, und das ist auch noch ein weiterer Grund. Sie ist einfach anti alles, was wir tun. Aha.
There's no way you can get through security if you pilot an exisal. It's not possible.
What? Not possible.
Maki, what are you talking about? What are you thinking? What do you know? Why are you trying to hide it? Why? Why won't you tell me?
if someone was piloting the exisal, they could have used it to enter the hangar.
That's not possible.
Is operating the exisal really that difficult?
Do we even know how to get inside an exisal? Outside the hangar, there were 4 exisals. And they were all moving too.
I was controlling them remotely.
The electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were still recharging.
That's wrong!
Bis auf der eine.
Wait, not all of the electro hammers were being charged. I know because I found one. There was a used electro hammer near Monokuma and the exisals.
Is that electro hammer used by the third party? Maybe they used it to disable an exisal.
Yes, I think so. When I saw them last afternoon, there were 4 exisals. But this morning, there were only 3.
I noticed that too. Was the missing exisal taken by this third party?
Shuichi is getting warmer. How about you say the answer right now? Who did it? Who is this third party?
The identity of the third party. The electrohammer gives us a clue. I saw 4 exisals at the scene yesterday when I went to meet up with Kaito. This morning, when we were trying to get into the hangar, there were 3. The culprit must have used the electrohammer between yesterday afternoon and this morning. There's only one person among us that I think could do that. Und das ist Maki.
It's you! Maki, you're the third party we're looking for, aren't you?
What? It's Maki?
What are you saying?
Remember what Kokichi said.
But be careful, the electrohammer runs out of battery pretty quickly. So if you use it against an exisal, it'll run out of juice with just 1 shot. Got it?
The electro hammer needs to be recharged for 24 hours after it runs out of battery. That hammer was used last afternoon, so it couldn't have been used this morning.
Oh, right. When we were all gathered in the dining hall this morning.
Maki, where's your electrohammer? I don't need it. I'd rather not use a weapon I'm unfamiliar with. This is much better. A knife? Well, I suppose you know best.
Maki was the only one without an electro hammer, wasn't she?
Knowing that, the electro hammer I found could only have belonged to Maki. And that leads me to the conclusion that Maki must be the third party. She also knows how to assemble the crossbow and could have returned it to her lab later.
You brought a different crossbow than the one Kaito had, right?
Maki took 2 arrows and her own crossbow from her lab, disabled the exisal with an electro hammer, and infiltrated the hangar. Now we just have to figure out what happened after—
I'll kill your logic. Why are you doing this?
What?
Why are you getting in my way?
Getting in your way? Maki, what are you—
Yes, I'm the third party.
Huh?
I admit to going into the hangar with an exisal, and then shooting the crossbow. I didn't kill anyone.
Oh, tut mir leid, hab ich mal zu viel geskippt.
You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I'm not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon. You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exisal to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I'm not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
The crossbow is not the murder weapon? What do you mean?
The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
Nein, verfehlt.
That's
Aha.
why the crossbow can't be the murder weapon. Therefore, I'm not the culprit. The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
I'll cut through your words! It wouldn't matter where the arrow hit, if it were poisoned.
Poison?
I noticed something about the poison in my lab during the investigation. There was just a little less in the bottle than before. If that poison had been applied to those arrows, they would have been lethal, no matter where they connected.
Maki, do you have a rebuttal?
What's the matter? Why don't you say anything? Don't tell me. Are you really the culprit? There's no way she is! 'Cause why would she kill Kaito? I can't understand if you don't explain anything!
Maki is still fighting.
Huh? Fighting?
Do you remember that Maki said she would do anything to defeat Kokichi? Maki is trying to kill Kokichi in this class trial. She wants to kill the mastermind, a remnant of despair.
Then when Maki said she would sacrifice anything, she meant...
The sacrifice that Maki is talking about must be Maki's life, all of us.
That's it! She plans to sacrifice all of our lives in order to kill Kokichi.
Sacrifice us?
Then by hiding the truth, Maki was trying to get us to arrive at the wrong answer. Just to kill Kokichi and the rest of us along with him?
Doesn't that mean that Maki's the culprit? She knew what happened and tried to hide it from us.
But that mischievous plan was ruined, all thanks to Shuichi here. Too bad, Maki. I already predicted this would happen.
You knew all along that Maki was the culprit. That's why you've been so calm.
This isn't over. Maybe we do have the truth now, but this isn't over. We have a choice to make. We don't have to follow where the evidence leads.
Huh? What do you mean?
Does this mean you're gonna vote for someone else, even if it's not the truth?
Someone else? You mean vote incorrectly on purpose?
What did you say?
Kaito told me that only I would be able to grasp what lies beyond the truth. That means finding the truth is not enough. We need to grasp the hope just beyond it. So Maki, please tell us the truth. The truth that only you know.
So Kaito said that to you. Then, does that mean you guys made up before he died?
Yeah, when I went to see him yesterday.
I see. Okay, I'll talk about it. Especially since it's my responsibility for involving everyone. Shuichi, you're so persistent. Were you always like that?
You think so? Maybe Kaito's charisma is starting to rub off on me.
That guy could be pretty stubborn.
Then, what really happened?
Maki, please tell us. Please.
And so, Maki began telling the truth. A truth that would leave us all in shock.
Don't just start narrating things, you're ruining the mood!
Well, I guess this turn of events isn't exactly boring either.